you, I hope, know Syracuse is the center of the Central New York region, a large swath of New York State which runs from the Pennsylvania border up through I-81 to the St. Lawrence River in Canada. We are home to great universities which educate thousands, famous corporations which have shaped our national economy, and a beautiful land where you can enjoy a bustling urban neighborhood or a bucolic lakeside view all in the same afternoon. Most importantly, we have a community filled with hardworking people who are making a living for themselves and their family. We have struggled greatly in the area of the state. We have seen the effects of recessions, financial crises, and the end of the industrial age. We have struggled with educational and economic achievement. Syracuse has the fourth highest child poverty rate in New York State. More than 3/4 of our students qualify for free or reduced price lunches, and we are not an island in this. Rochester and Buffalo and other upstate cities all claim similar numbers. But our people have worked hard and managed to succeed in the face of great adversity, building a new economy based on ideas and creativity, changing our schools, and always rising to the challenge to keep our cities and our communities strong. My job as a mayor is to serve as an advocate for my constituents. This means for the people of the city of Syracuse who see me on the streets, in the grocery stores, over the internet, and through letters. It is also my job to serve as an advocate for our entire region that depends on the health and the vitality of our city. And this has led me to become active in many issues: fiscal reform, infrastructure, telecommunications, all of which have affected our entire community. Through my time in office, I have learned that connectivity is the energy of our time. Without connectivity, we will perish. With connectivity, we will thrive. In the 21st century, telecommunications is as much a part of our infrastructure as roadways or my beloved water pipes. It is fitting that the Public Service Commission has chose to hold this hearing tonight in a building that was built to serve as a stop along the Erie Canal, the original piece of connectivity infrastructure. You will hear firsthand tonight that the current telecommunications system is not working and how it is detrimentally impacting our ability to grow our economy, educate our children, and improve our overall quality of life. After tonight, it will be clear with you why I am such a zealous advocate on this issue. I will touch on a number of illustrations to show you that we need the Public Service Commission to fulfill its regulatory role just as zealously as I fulfill my role as mayor. To fix a system that ensures that all New Yorkers have access to affordable, reliable, high-speed telecommunications service in the 21st century. In 2014, I, along with other members of the Connect New York Coalition, filed a petition with the PSC urging the agency to take a stronger look at the telecommunication needs of the people of New York State. We have recognized that our technology landscape does not resemble what it looked like 5 years ago, let alone what it looks like when the PSC adopted a policy of deregulation of the telecommunications industry over 2 decades ago. Our Connect New York petition seeks a transparent and adversarial public process by which the PSC examined evidence heard from all stakeholders and answered important substantive questions, including: where in New York State does competition exist? Who should be included or what should be included in basic service? What are consumer expectations of service today? What are the areas of the state that do not have telecommunications service? These questions by no means limit the scope of what we feel the PSC should examine, but rather act as a starting point. We also urge the PSC to conduct such a proceeding with robust public participation, engaging citizens, experts, businesses, labor, in a process that leaves everyone more enlightened and gives our community better public policy. Syracuse is a 21st century city on the move, and in my 6 years as mayor, we have seen nearly $1 billion in new construction take place. Our professional workforces continue to grow as our economic anchors in higher education and the healthcare industry have expanded. Now more than ever, we need industry regulators to take a leading role in ensuring our communities are able to bridge the digital divide. The city of Syracuse has seen record economic development in the last 6 years. Our downtown area has undergone a remarkable renaissance. renaissance, we have seen long dormant neighborhoods revitalized with new investment, from the near west side to the lakefront. What all of these great projects have in common is the need to be accessible to a 21st century economy. Lightning-fast upload speeds need to be the norm. Accessing and sharing information on cloud storage requires the ability to share files almost instantaneously. Without affordable, reliable, high-speed internet access, the growth of many of these businesses and neighborhoods will be stymied. As I mentioned, among our biggest engines of economic growth are higher education and healthcare industries. Syracuse is without a doubt one of the leading college towns in America. And you all know the colleges that are here. Inextricably linked to our higher education facilities are our healthcare institutions. Syracuse is a healthcare hub of our region. These centers employ thousands of people in professional, well-paying jobs. We have worked with these institutions to support their expansions and to develop collaborative efforts to broaden the town-gown relationships and grow these institutions and create more good-paying jobs for people in our area. But the inability to access connectivity has become more and more of a detriment to that mission. For example, in late 2013, 2 visual effects companies visited our community to scout locations for possible development. They toured the city, visited downtown, and met with some of the top people at Syracuse University. They liked what they saw, and they saw possibilities for collaboration. They wanted to send their top leaders here to teach at the university, to eventually subcontract to students who, after doing training, could do some work for them and make it available as hands-on training, which would eventually lead to high-quality jobs. This is a realistic approach that we felt could have led to many benefits. The studios, however, raised a serious issue. To do visual effects works requires 1 gigabyte per second of broadband connections between these studios and their counterparts in New York City and Los Angeles. We, as a community, could not provide that. That is just one example of where we have been left behind. Another of our proudest economic development achievements is the redevelopment of the historic Hotel Syracuse building. This grand hotel opened in 1924, and she welcomed presidents and celebrities and was home to every major social event for most people who grew up in this community. And I dare say, Judge, you in your time here may have attended some events there as well. A visionary local leader who is joining us tonight, Ed Riley, has invested blood, sweat, and treasure into making this building a place where our community can once again celebrate its special and unique moments. Ed has developed hotels and resorts across the nation and knows what it takes to make these facilities succeed. He has brought that skill and $60 million of financing to this project and plans a soft opening for March. But he tells us that hotels in the 21st century are more than just spaces for beds for the night. They're full-service facilities that cater to global travelers and their changing needs. And one of the biggest concerns of any hotel developer, Ed included, is about the dissatisfaction with their internet service. The average traveler now connects 3 devices to a hotel network. Syracuse is also becoming a home to a number of call centers. Companies like Rapid Response Monitoring have moved their call centers here, employing hundreds of residents. And according to a New York Post article, by the way, not normally a newspaper I cite, but according to a recent New York Post article, Syracuse is becoming the top American city to locate call centers and other back office operations rather than engaging in offshoring. These are operations that are expanding in our neighborhoods, and the companies are now served by some high-speed internet, but they need more. They are spending thousands of dollars out of their own pocket to build out these services on their site and more money per month for these services. And as a result, not spending that money investing back into the company and hiring more people. Another firm, Global Sutherland, employs just over 900 people in downtown Syracuse, and last winter the company announced plans to add 200 more jobs. This company, too, requires extensive networking, connecting them to clients in the financial, governmental, and research sectors across the globe. Their work involves highly skilled analysis, and they work with massive amounts of data each and every day, transmitted across the state and around the globe. and they too need more and more interconnectivity. Similarly to economic development, we are seeing a revolution in education at the pre-K-12 levels. Technology is a cornerstone of these changes. Right now, the Syracuse City School Districts, along with districts across the state and nation, are currently implementing new Common Core standards. These standards are changing the way teachers teach and students learn. In the new Common Core standards, 13 English language arts and 10 math standards use technology. From interpreting equations to researching papers, students are being asked to integrate technology more and more into their education. And much of this integration is taking place, or being asked to take place, in the home, where homework is done increasingly to balance classroom instruction. As early as pre-K, students as young as 3 or 4 years old are being asked to demonstrate their technological competence. And according to the New York State Pre-Kindergarten Foundation for Common Core, students in this age group are expected to use computers to write, draw, and explore concepts, to learn basic skills through software programs and apps, and to use technology independently. One of the greatest joys in my life is having a nephew who is 6 years old and learning to read. And my nephew Max goes to school in the city of Rochester, in a public school. And as I sit with him and as he learns to read, he uses the internet and a laptop. And I said to his mother, my sister Sarah, what happens to the vast majority of students in the city of Rochester who can't afford a laptop, who can't afford the internet to learn how to read? And she didn't have an answer, and I didn't have an answer, because we knew what happens. They don't learn to read. More and more children fall behind, and more children don't graduate. And as the state is saying we have to improve standards, and at the same time they are not offering us the utility and skills to give them these standards, New Yorkers are being left behind. You have an incredibly important role and a job to ensure that people and children like my nephew and the people here in this room are able to take advantage of the 21st century city. And I ask that you look at this vital utility which supports jobs and educations in our community across the state, and you meet your responsibilities to ensure that it is delivered in an affordable and reliable manner for all of us, so that we can assure that all New Yorkers have the connectivity that is so essential to being able to thrive in the 21st century. Thank you.
Yeah.